Hello, it is time for video number 26. Today we're going to talk about quadrilaterals. So, as you may have learned already, the angles of a quadrilateral always add up to 360 degrees. So you may wonder, why is it 360? Well, we can understand that's true because any quadrilateral, like the one I have shown here, can be divided into two rectangles, or two triangles rather. I have triangle 1 with the green angles and triangle number 2. If we add up the green angles here, they add up to 180 degrees because they're the angles of a triangle. The rest of the angles from the rest of the quadrilateral, the red angles, add up to 180 also. So because we can divide any quadrilateral into two triangles, the sum of the angles has to be 360 degrees. Okay, once we know that fact, we can solve all the kind of usual problems that come up. Just like triangles, the first problems are ones where we're just missing an angle. So if we know three angles of a quadrilateral, we can find the fourth one because the total is 360. So we're going to solve these really quickly. We just have to grab a calculator, do a little subtraction. To find x here, we got to do 360. X is right there. To find x, we got to do 360 minus 95, minus 116, and minus 58. And whatever's left over has to be the fourth angle of the rectangle or the quadrilateral. So let's do that. 360 minus 95 minus 116 minus 58. That last angle's got to be 91 degrees. So our answer to the first one is 91 degrees. Okay, let's do this one down here. Remember, these angles right here, if they have a little square, count as 90 degrees. So this quadrilateral has two 90-degree angles. Okay, so we got to do 360 minus 90 minus another 90 minus 141. And we get 39. Okay, so this angle must be 39 degrees. Yeah, it looks cute. Sounds about right. Okay, sometimes in quadrilaterals we might get a big fat angle. This angle is 231 degrees, more than 180. See, it's bent and it's more than a kind of a line here. So that's fine. That happens in quadrilaterals. We treat it the same way. So we got 360 minus 38 minus 231 minus 37. And we're left with up here, the x up here has to be 54 degrees. So, just like triangles, you start with 180, subtract the given angles. Quadrilaterals, you start with 360 and subtract the given angles. Okay, you're probably not surprised by this, but we're going to have questions where they're expressions. You just got to remember, they all total 360 degrees. I'm going to go around and combine like terms when I'm adding up these angles. That's 6x and 3x together, that makes 9x. Then we can add up the number parts. We got a 10, a 97, a 10, and a 108. Let me add those up. So 3 plus 108. Those add up to 225. So we have 9x plus 225. That's the sum of the angle measures. And for quadrilaterals, they add up to 360. And now we can subtract or solve. If we subtract 225 from both sides, we get 135. And we just got to divide by 9. And we get x equals 15. Super. We're actually almost through everything. We got one more type of problem. So the last problem, just like triangles, we're given the ratios of the angles. I have no idea what the quadrilateral looks like, but it helps just to kind of draw a sketch. So just like in triangles, let me get my pen working. If the angles have a ratio of 3 to 5 to 6 to 10, it means it's some multiple of those numbers. We have to multiply those numbers by another number. I just don't know what to multiply them by. So I'm going to multiply them all by x. So some multiple of all of them. Maybe it's 5 times them. Maybe it's 5 times 3, 5 times 5, 5 times 6, 5 times 10. I don't know. So since I don't know what to multiply them by, I'm going to multiply them all by x and figure out what they should be multiplied by. Now, this diagram is just to help us out. I'm not really even paying attention to what angle is the largest or smallest. Just trying to draw a diagram that makes it look like all the other problems. Okay, so we have the angles of our quadrilateral here, and we just add them up and set it equal to 360. This is 8x plus 10 more is 18 plus 6 more is 24x. So when I combine all those, I get 24x has to be 360. If you divide both sides by 24, we get x equals 15. We're all happy when we get, I wish I could write x equals 15. We're all happy when we get the answer. We solve for x, we're ready to go on with life, but we got to make sure we answer the question. So this can depend on the problem. It says determine the measure of the largest angle. The largest angle is the one that goes with 10x. So largest angle will be 10 times x, which is 15, which is 150 degrees. So the largest angle is 150 degrees. It may not match the diagram. So when you're doing these problems, just draw some quadrilateral, label the angles, so it looks familiar and we know where to go from there. All right, believe it or not, it's journal time. I promised you a quick video. Okay, here it is. Today, just have one problem for you. So short day today. So your one problem is this. The angle measures of a quadrilateral have ratio 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Draw a diagram for this problem, so make a sketch of it, and find all the angle measurements. Good luck.